If you're looking to get off the beaten path in Montenegro, as well as see some of the highlights such as Kotor and Budva of one of the most underrated countries to visit in Europe, there are many hidden gems that can be found on a road trip through this country of contrast, from the beautiful Adriatic to the mountains of the Balkans. Stick along as I bring you 9 places you should definitely add to your Montenegro itinerary. My name is Sarah Faye, a solo traveler aiming to show you off the beaten path destinations around the world filled with adventure. Please follow along on this journey through Montenegro. Alright guys, so good morning. I'm just in Herceg-Novi heading to a coffee shop because it's raining right now, so we're seeing if it clears up a little bit later. And yeah, it's just been so nice. We went to the Bloody Tower the other day and now just walking around here, and it's beautiful even with a little rain. Let's see if the coffee shop is open because it is a holiday. Fabrica Specialty Coffee Shop. Oh, we found it! After grabbing some coffee at Fabrica and the weather cleared up, it was time to hit the road, and we ended up picking up some guests along the way. So, Stefan, how many years have you hitchhiked?
Since I was 26.
Oh, okay.
Here, yeah.
My first time hitchhiking was when I was 9.
Is this yours?
Yes. This was my first time picking up hitchhikers, and it was definitely a positive experience.
It's 200 people is going to the south, to the Greece, Albania, or Italy, I think. So there's so many people just hitchhiking.
Nice.
But today it's not our best day. We are standing, I think, 4 hours or something, and no
4
one.
hours.
Yeah,
4 hours?
No one can catch us.
Or maybe no, like something like 3 hours.
Okay, so 3, but still.
It feels like 4 hours.
That's a while.
Yeah, for sure.
So how far were you walking from?
From
the border.
From the border to here? Oh wow.
The dispersed border, Croatian
Yeah.
border. Like we were there yesterday, we crossed it and then walked to this Montenegro border. Then we had slept in the tent and waking up and
we are
walking, trying to catch someone.
This couple definitely inspired me to maybe try hitchhiking one day, but for now, we'll wait on that. We brought them to Kotor, which is one of my favorite places in Montenegro, located on the Bay of Kotor, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and a place you must visit. A few years ago, I had come here to climb the fortress on an excursion on a cruise, which you'll see many of them here. Kotor was founded during the Roman era around the 5th century AD. Its strategic location on the Adriatic made it an important settlement for various empires and civilizations, including the Byzantines, Venetians, and Ottomans, all of which influenced the city's beautiful architecture and culture. Kotor's well-preserved old town and fortification is something that keeps bringing people back to this beautiful city. Hi guys, so right now just wandering the historic streets of Kotor, and it's famous for the medieval walled city that basically has one of the coolest climbs you can do here on the wall. It costs €8 round trip and takes 90 minutes, so I'm not sure if I have time right now, but let's see. There are a few things you're not going to want to miss when you're in Kotor, such as the Maritime Museum located in a 17th century palace. The museum displays Kotor's seafaring history, including artifacts and model ships. Another thing you'll not miss when you walk in the town is a clock tower located in the main square. It's a 17th century clock and is an iconic meeting spot. Okay, so we are in Kotor, and as you can see, it is busy because Kotor is super popular, especially with cruise ships and cruise crowds coming in for the day. So it's definitely nice if you can spend the night here, because then in the morning you can have the place all to yourself, and the afternoon and evening. But right here, if you can see above me, is the Church of St. Nicholas. And then we have the Sveti Luka here behind me. And this is, I believe, Plaza Greca. And it is beautiful, as you can see. We even have some live music and entertainment. This is the Church of Sveti Luka, which was from 1195 AD, and has some Orthodox and Byzantine architecture. Let's go inside. It's really small, but beautiful. Hi. Oh wow.
This is like another church.
It's another church.
Yes, church dedicated to Saint Spirit. He lived in period when Saint Nicholas.
Oh, wow.
They were together on Great Council. His relics are on Corfu Island.
On Corfu Island. Oh, I've been there, I think.
Yeah, then maybe you saw. It's like this. He's in standing position.
Oh yeah. Wow. This is one of the main piazzas here, the Piazza Greca, or the Orthodox Plaza that they call it, and it's just so cool. Everything is under the shadow of the mountain above, and they have this huge walled city to protect it. And yeah, that's so amazing. And then if you go in here, it's just as beautiful. Orthodox churches are so like intricately designed. I love it. Right beneath the church is a little market area, which is cool. Kind of looks like the ruins of a monastery, and they built it into a nice little place you can get some souvenirs. But time to find the group. But here you can see the entrance to St. John's Fortress, which is 17th century, and it is one of the top things to do in Kotor. I don't know if I have time to do it right now, but honestly, I have done it before. It's €8 round trip, and it takes about like an hour and a half round trip. And as you can see, it just goes up, and it is a climb, but you get amazing views of the Bay of Kotor. See, here's where it begins. I'll show you that here. Get some ice cream to reward yourself after. But yeah, it definitely is a place to wear sturdy shoes because the limestone rock here is definitely slippery, especially if it happens to rain when you go up. Hi.
It's very nice.
It's very small, yeah. YouTube channel, yeah.
Hi, YouTube channel.
Hi.
Hi,
What do you guys do? You have the ice cream place here?
Yeah.
Heyday. What is it? H-Day?
What is
it? How do you say it? D-Day?
Heyday.
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 Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have time to do this. The group I'm with, they didn't want to climb the tower or the fortress.
Wow.
Yeah, I like Climb the Kotor Fortress is €8 and is about 0.75 miles long. It is pretty steep and during the heat can be hard, but it's definitely worth it for the views. Another fun thing you can do here is there's like the Kotor Cat Museum. That's one thing when you come to Montenegro you're gonna see a bunch of. You're gonna see a bunch of cats. Honestly.
YouTube or Twitch?
YouTube. Yeah. Thanks. But we're just going to meet the group. People like are so friendly here. I love it. And we're back to the main square, just like that. It's a very small main town area. I think you could come here for the day or spend the night, and that would be good because then you could avoid some of the larger crowds of tourists. But yeah, it's just so beautiful here to wander the streets. I'd like to come back. After checking out the fort, I decided to get a treat before hitting the road. All right, time to go. But I got a sweet treat for the ride. But here you see we have the Maritime Museum, and Kotor was a fortress. Kotor was a fortified city and honestly one of the strongest probably locations on the Adriatic coastline. And you can come hear about all the seafaring traditions, kind of like what we heard about like when we were in Paros, which isn't far from here. It's like a 20-minute drive. So you can make that as well as coming to Kotor a trip in itself and go to Our Lady of the Rocks, which I really enjoyed. Definitely one of the most well kept together old medieval like old cities that I've seen, and I really, really do love it here. It's so beautiful. On our road trip was to Fortress Gorazda, located close to Kotor. It's a 19th century Austro-Hungarian fort built to defend against naval attacks in the Bay of Kotor. Just are here in a national park here in Montenegro, and you can see the Bay of Kotor and Tivat down below. And this place looks so cool. It looks like you see the moat that they must have built and it's an 18th century castle that you can just come roam around the ruins. Don't really know much about this, but we're just coming on an adventure today, taking a road trip. Whoa, that is creepy. It is so cold in here too. I don't know who made this, but that is nuts. Whoa. This is creepy. There's bats?
No, it's tulips.
Go in there? Oh my god. What? I didn't see you. You were all in black. And I was looking in there and I was like, that looks scary.
That is scary. How eerie does it
Go up. A hidden gem in terms of finding some of the best views of the Bay of Kotor and Kotor below. Up the car and hit the road to go to another epic viewpoint, as well as place you must have on your Montenegro itinerary. Alright, we're here at the best view of Kotor. And the guy says you need to purchase something in order to park here.
Send the video.
That would be cheeky. Lovćen National Park is about 50 minutes away from the fortress and one of the most rugged, beautiful mountain landscapes you'll find in the Balkans. It's rich in biodiversity, and the sweeping views of the Adriatic coast make this place breathtaking. So this is the Lovćen National Park.
Lovćen and up Mausoleum, Jezerski vrh.
Mausoleum Jeveskiver. Okay, thank you. Okay. Now up we go. 500 something steps. I just had to use the bathroom. It was €1. But they're really nice. And we're in Lovćen National Park in Montenegro. And hiking up now 400 something odd stairs to the top for the Nevriškijan Mausoleum, which is where Peter II was buried. And as you can see, we have such a nice view. And the birds are chirping and the sun's coming out. But yeah, definitely beautiful. And the cost to enter the national park was €3 when we came. And you can see really nice views and mountains. Okay, so this is the mausoleum of Peter II Petrovic on Lovćen Mountain in this national park. It's actually pretty cold up here, and we're pretty high up. This is the highest mausoleum in the world, from what I read online. And there are about like 450 plus steps to the top. They do charge €4 if you're a student, €8 if you are adult, and €4 for children. But it's definitely a cool place, but it used to be a Byzantine mausoleum, and it's in 1971 when Yugoslavia was Yugoslavia. They decided they didn't like a lot of religious symbolism, and they tore it down and made something new, like constructed obviously, like with a more modern flair. But yeah, here we go, hike to the top. Alright, finally made it to the top. You can see we have some awesome views so far. Let's see this chapel. Oh wow, here we go. Oh wow. We are literally at the peak and the only ones here almost. This is cool on both sides. We just have the best view. We even saw some snow when we were driving up. Alright guys, so we are at the top at the mausoleum of Peter II and the second highest peak in Lovćen National Park. And from here you can see Kotor Lake, which is also a national park here in Montenegro, and Podgorica, which is the capital of Montenegro. And there's another town here as well. But it's so beautiful. You can see up here, it says on a good day, as far as Italy, if it's super clear. And then you can definitely see Albania, and you can see most of Montenegro. And yeah, it's pretty cool. This guy really had a good idea when he wanted to be buried at the top of the second highest mountain. And it was kind of sweet because when I was reading about him, he was a really respected ruler. He brought the first printing press to Montenegro, and he became like a bishop, and he was a poet and wrote one of the like most important books of his time. And yeah, just definitely a really unique place. I didn't expect to come here. One of the other guys wanted to come, said it was recommended, one of the top attractions, maybe by top they meant being at the highest peak, one of the highest peaks. I think that might be the highest one here in Lovćen National Park. But yeah, we are literally the only ones up here, which is kind of cool. And now here is his tomb. Wow. Definitely unique. Very like interesting decor. I guess this was Peter II. Okay, so now he said to come around and you can see the crypt and then a panorama. But this place is definitely pretty massive on the top. It used to be just a small chapel that had gotten like kind of hit during the World War. Oh, here's the crypt, I believe. Down the stairs we go. Peter II from 1813 to 1851 said he had died of tuberculosis, but he lived a pretty full life. Looking at the amazing views, it was time to check out Budva, another iconic destination along the coast of Montenegro. The old town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and has a lively resort atmosphere along the coast. Definitely a place I want to come back to, as I only had a little time to grab a cup of coffee and check out some of the sights. What surprised me about Montenegro was actually a lot of the luxury aspects of it. Porto Montenegro is a luxury marina and residential complex located in Tivat, and where we grabbed dinner before heading back to Herceg-Novi. The popular Montenegrin dish of cevapi, grilled minced meat sausages with warm flatbread. The next day, started off our 1.5-hour drive to Nikšić, the second largest city in Montenegro. Nikšić is known for its industrial roots and historical sites, as well as a vibrant local culture that has become popular with some digital nomads. Just outside the city, you can visit Carev Bridge, a stunning arch bridge spanning the Tsar River Canyon, offering breathtaking views as you head to Ostrog Monastery. As we headed to Ostrog Monastery from Nikšić, we ended up finding a beautiful, secluded Orthodox monastery called Jovan Do. Definitely a must if you're in the area. It's known for being peaceful, the lush mountains surrounding it, and it was definitely one of a kind. We drove through the Zeta Valley where the Ostrog Monastery revealed itself. Built in the 17th century, it's one of Montenegro's most important pilgrimage sites and is carved into a steep cliff overlooking the valley. Monastery is 100% worth it, but be sure to remember to dress modestly as well as wear comfortable shoes because you will be hiking up. Also, check for religious holidays that are occurring so you can be respectful and mindful of the traditions of the monastery. We don't know why, but there were stocks that we saw on the way up, and they lay them all here. And there's a pretty big hike from the place where you park. Or handicap, you can park closer to the monastery. There's a lot of mysteries here, and there's not a lot written in English about Ostrog Monastery. You'll have to come and find for yourself, and then maybe have a translator. But it was a beautiful experience coming here, and the drive here is just very amazing to get a different feel from the coastal towns that we saw yesterday, like Budva and Kotor to like being here inland and seeing the mountains, which are just literally so amazing. It is a bit of a drive, like we drove around 2 hours and something, but we got to see the second largest city, and we got to see a surprise monastery on the way here, which was really beautiful. We're gonna find some food because we still haven't eaten lunch. Just had coffee and a pastry. Yeah, it's been a beautiful day so far. After a long drive back, we finally made it back to the co-living space to have a final dinner together. The next day I would be leaving to head off to the final leg of my journey. Montenegro is amazing, and while I was sad that it was my last morning and I was leaving to head to the Tivat airport, it was definitely a memorable experience, and I definitely will come back. Alright guys, so it's time to finally say goodbye to Montenegro. I'm just here waiting for the ferry to go across to Tivat. It saves you quite some time, and it's actually a pleasant way. And today's so beautiful. I really wish I didn't have to leave. They were gonna have a barbecue today at the co-living place that I've been staying at, and yeah, just now have to say goodbye to this beautiful paradise, and it's starting to feel like summer, and I'm sad that I gotta leave. But I will be back to Montenegro. It is literally so beautiful here, and there's so many things to do, from the mountains to the beaches, and there's still stuff that I want to do. But yeah, it looks like the ferry is coming in now, and we'll just head on over. So we're here in front of the Tivat airport. I'm probably here way too early because it is so small. There's Terminal 1 and there's Terminal 2. That big of an airport, and hopefully there's Wi-Fi because I have about 3 hours and 15 minutes till my flight. But I'm glad to get here early, as always. Just drop my bag off and relax, hopefully, and find a corner. Maybe edit my YouTube video. But yeah, this is the Tivat airport, not that far from the place that I've been staying in Herceg-Novi. And yeah, let's go check it out. Airport was small and manageable, plus had a direct flight to Berlin, which was the last stop on my journey. Heading to Berlin, the last leg of this journey, but it keeps going on and on. But I'm excited to go to Berlin and see some friends from high school and from living in Budapest. So yay for me to catch up with new and old people. Just have some fun in Germany with my friends in Berlin and not film a vlog, but I do have one about the Christmas markets in Berlin, which you should definitely check out. But if this helped you plan your trip to Montenegro, then please hit subscribe and let me know in the comments if you have any questions.